Welcome to this week's edition of ChapChat. It's Todd Duncan, the head coach of men's basketball, joining us. And Coach, congratulations off to a 1-0 start in Sooner Athletic Conference play. Talk about that win over Wayland Baptist University.
Well, I was excited, Chris, that we were able to get off to a good start. We'd had a week off since we played Eastern and had a good win there. So you never know how your guys are going to respond. Conference play, you know, the pressure's turned up a little bit, obviously playing a rival like Wayland and what's going to be our last conference game against them here at the Rib. So for us to come out and shoot the ball well early, play good on the defensive end, and then finish it out in the second half is real exciting for us.
Jamal Creighton ends up with over 20 points in the game and ends up getting Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week honors. Talk about what that's like to get him that honor and just to have that happen to one of your players.
Well, I just think it's great for the program-wide, and that's what we've talked about. If one of our guys is getting that award, good things are happening within our program. So first of all, that's a positive for us, and then just to see Jamal play like that, because he's a kid we've counted on, and we've seen that type of performance from him in practice, and we're just waiting to see it in a game. Probably the most important part of that is he's 11 for 11 from the foul line on a night when our team was struggling from the charity stripe. So for him to be able to step up and make shots, showed some leadership, showed some toughness, and the way he was playing really was a huge part in our victory.
We got finals going on this week. That's why there hasn't been much action going on. But this Saturday, you go to Nacogdoches, Texas, to face Stephen F. Austin University, an NCAA Division I program. How did this game come about on the schedule?
Well, we're just looking to fill our schedule with as good a competition as we can, so we can prepare for the Sooner Athletic Conference. We know we're going to play teams that are comparable to Division I talent. A lot of guys are transfers from Division I level, and Stephen F. is a team that was needing a game and gave us an opportunity to go on the road, play it against a very talented Division I team. I think they played Texas A&M to 6 points just the other night on the road, and statistically they lead the nation in a lot of categories defensively. And so we'll find out where we're at. You know, hopefully it'll be a good test for us and we'll perform well.
I think it's almost 35 consecutive games that they have not allowed an opponent to score at least 70 points. You score 100 points your last game, and that's been accomplished twice this season. What do they do so well defensively? I know they're fourth, I think, in steals, and how do you get points against them?
Well, I think you have to make sure that you're opportunistic in terms of pushing the ball up the floor when you do get stops, but then being patient offensively so that you're not taking necessarily the first shot you get, but the best shot that you can get. And by that I mean that we have to make sure the right guy's getting the right shot at the right time on the offensive end. And then a lot of how they keep the score down is they're very patient offensively. So their defense is excellent. They'll get out and defend. They're smart. They're in help side. They're pressuring the ball. They're doing all the things a well-coached team does defensively. But offensively, they're so patient. They run a ton of sets. You know, scouting them is almost impossible because there's so much to try to, you know, get into your mind and have these guys be aware of. So we just have to be really solid defensively. And then when we do get the ball, make sure that we take advantage of those possessions, because there'll be a whole lot fewer possessions, you know, if they're able to dictate the tempo in the game. We want to be a type team that can maybe play either way, run when we have the opportunity, but also, you know, later in the season, in the playoffs, possessions get longer and the game slows down a little bit. So this will be a good game for us to learn how to play that way too.
Coach, best of luck, and then you come back on Monday,
Yep.
host Angelo State University. So best of luck this week.
All right, thanks, Chris.
It's Todd Duncan joining us right now. We'll send it to those highlights against Wayland Baptist University for the men's and women's action. As you saw the final scores of each of the basketball games, as LCU swept Wayland Baptist University, we now transition to what's going on in the world of baseball. Season gets underway in the first week of February, but for now, the Chaps closing out their off-season program before the Christmas break with a deal they call the Gauntlet. It's a series of CrossFit and training events to test the individuals. And for more on that, we talked with strength and conditioning coach Zack Barnard. What is the Gauntlet?
The Gauntlet is, you never know what the Gauntlet is. These guys didn't know it until they showed up today, so that's the way I like it. This is part 6. It's my 6th year here. They've progressively gotten worse, as I would say, or harder every year. So it's usually a culmination or a combination of what we've done, primarily strongman type activities, something that you want to quit at. You want to quit a minute into it and you got 15 more minutes left. So as you probably saw here today, I mean, we had a 150-pound med ball. We had the prowler push, backwards drag, 250 pounds. Then you got to top it off with the run with the bag on your back at the end. So, you know, it's a Marine-style workout for sure.
And what's the goal of why today, or why is it done this time of year?
This wraps up our fall strength and conditioning. These guys worked hard. You know, the last couple of months we've been going 5 days a week, so this just kind of brings it all together, sums up the hard work that we've done with the hardest workout of the fall, and it's just an accomplishment in and of itself, just to make it through the fall. And so they basically, when they come back, they got to come back in shape, and then they can kind of like focus, you know, change their attention and their focus from getting strong and being an all-around better athlete to playing baseball. And so that's what this is for, is to get them ready for next spring.
What was the winning times?
The winning times, I believe Cotton had 11 sub 12 minutes, or 11:45 or so. Cotton, and then Pearson had a really good time, and Fry had, I believe, the best time of the day for our pitchers.
So that's a look at what's going on this week in LCU athletics. Until next time, I'm Chris Dew. Have a happy holidays.